Good day to everyone. This is the Jerry Hinkle program. I am Jerry Hinkle, and this is my program. We are coming to you almost live, just about pretty near, from the Ashley Kringen studios of the UBS network. And this is a belated anniversary edition of the Jerry Hinkle program. It's hard to believe that it's many years since we started getting together like this, you and I. And there's not as many of you out there as there were last year, but we're still going to get together as long as I have the energy. And so, what have we got to talk about today? Well, we've got quite a few things. There's a lot of 2 or 3 issues out there that we could probably run into the ground. First thing we're going to talk about is the Holabird Advocate Person of the Year. It's been kind of a contentious thing, but apart of having the time to I could have made the announcement on the 1st of December, but I wanted to I wanted to do it on this instead of writing it down on the Holabird Advocate Facebook page. So here is the deal. The person of the year, believe it or not, is John Silverberg. I don't know. I may have made him the person, but Time Magazine does that every once in a while. Have someone be the person of the year more than once, but wouldn't it be interesting if Time Magazine's person of the year was Bruce and Caitlyn Jenner? They could be the people of the year. Then we'll see how that goes. They'll be making that announcement in a week or two, but here it is, the second week of Advent, and we hadn't got that, but here we've got that out of the way, and we're going to talk more about John later. I thought it might be interesting for y'all to hear who came in second and why. It was one of the reasons why we kind of delayed the announcement. Y'all remember my friend Jenny, who we went to university, and she had a tumor in her digestive area. The doctors told her that there was a 99% success rate of this operation to go in, zap the tumor, and she'd be back teaching the kids at her school in a few days. Well, 99% success rate, and she had this was a very bad time to be one of the 1%. And so she, as it turns out, developed stage 3 cancer. And so there was a very aggressive regimen of chemotherapy to go along with that. And that's when I told you all that before, but just to remind you. And her boyfriend, Lance, decided that instead of saying so long, it's been good to know you, because he didn't sign up for anything like that, he decided to take up the fight with her and proposed marriage, and she accepted. And so later, long story short, they fought the cancer, and it's gone. She is now cancer-free, and she is married to Lance, and they have been, since their wedding day, living happily ever after. At least if they're having a disagreement, they're not telling me about it, which is probably a good thing, because I got this problem with gossip and having a web show and all. But so that's how that goes. And so we could have had either Jenny or Lance, or even both of them, be our person of the year, kind of like with Caitlyn and Bruce Jenner. We didn't do that. We went another way because of a similar story that really inspires me and gives me a little bit of hope, and that's because of what John Silverberg started out the year at 100. He was 101 years old, and that's that's okay. But he developed pneumonia that was so severe that he was in the nursing home. And says my mother told me this a few months back, and she was telling me about this, and she said, doesn't look good. John, we might be having a funeral. She said that very plainly. Next thing I know, John is in the senior games again, and he's winning more medals again. So, well, I guess this pneumonia thing wasn't a problem after all. He got out of the nursing home at least long enough to go to the senior games and do that. So, and then later on, the Valu community picnic through a part of their deal was to celebrate the 102nd birthday of John. And at the party, John helped serve the cake. Now, at 102, you're doing good just to stand up and wave at folks. And to actually serve them, to actually have the physical ability to get up and serve the cake. I'm not even sure Granddad did that, and he was very active at age 102. He, especially at night, he'd get up and walk around and keep everybody awake. But that's neither here nor there. God rest his soul. He's not walking around anymore, and that's why he did. But John, he's still up and around, and he's right now. John's grandson Seth is remodeling or restoring, rather, the old Bar JZ sale barn, which I'm not sure, but I think it's been reported anyhow that it was built 100 years ago, and I'm not sure if Jake built it 100 years ago or not. Now, Jake being John's dad and Seth's great grandfather. And let's get Don in the thing here. Don, John's son, is Seth's father. And the reason I bring up Don is because I don't know for sure, but I think that John's son Don may have been named after my Uncle Don, who died this year of pneumonia. Because, pneumonia is an old man's friend because it takes him to heaven. It just hasn't done that to John yet. Let's keep that up. As long as John can be an inspiration to middle-aged folks like myself, we need all the inspiration we can get once we hit 40. Anyhow, so that's just you're going to interject that. And so, like I say, he served the cake at his 102nd anniversary of his birth there, so his birthday. So that's pretty good. And so, what else are we going to talk about? Well, there is the gun issue, and I'm not sure where I stand on it. I used to tell people that my position on gun control was to use both hands and take careful aim. But here lately, I don't know. You could easily blame the media on hyping all these gun shootings, but I'm getting tired of hearing about it, but I'm not sure the media is getting tired of reporting about it. I don't know. But found an interestingly alarming statistic about gun violence. They said they said that 120,000 guns were involved in one form of gun violence or other. There was something like, they talked about armed robbery, shooting people, killing people, and there are even guns involved in rape. Well, they got to coerce the young ladies into giving up the goodies somehow. So some of them use guns, some use knives. Okay, so, and interestingly enough, later on, I have found an even more alarming statistic, and that is that 79 million guns in this country are not involved in any sort of gun violence against people, anyhow. So that's something to think about. And there seems to be a lot of demonization of the NRA, and I'm not really sure that's a good thing. They don't really deserve the blame that they've been getting because of all of the NRA members. Do you know how many of them are directly or indirectly responsible for any of the gun violence going on? And how many people that they have shot and or killed? That's that. Zero members. Zero members have killed or shot at or been involved in any instance of gun violence against people. Now, that's an alarming statistic to be sure. I don't know, you can take from that what you want to with it. And also, okay, so that's all we're going to talk about on as far as the gun violence. I might think of something before that. I just want to apologize to everybody out there for being kind of, I could blame it on Walmart, but the truth is, that's only part of it. I just haven't, I haven't had time to give the Jerry Hinkle program or even the Mind of the World program or any of my other extracurricular activities the attention that they deserve. I'm not even cranking out the comic strip like I used to. And it would be easy to put the blame on Walmart, but I'm the one that keeps going to the Walmart and doing my thing out there. So I could just as easily walk away and tell them to kiss me where the corn don't grow, but I don't do that. And mostly that's because, I just, I can't say no. I hate to be one of those. My old man would have a fit if I was to actually quit something, especially he used to criticize Walmart quite a bit, but now that he found out how much money I'm making at the Walmart, he wants me to stay there until I die, which could be any minute now. Well, you can tell already. I work at Walmart so much I don't even have time to shave. That's not actually true. I do kind of keep this area clean whenever possible. Anyhow, today, the 7th of December, is my Shelby Pal's 15th birthday. Imagine that. My little Shelby Pal. I still recall the morning that we got the call and that she was born, and she's really something. And I just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyhow, until next time, this is Jerry Hinkle telling you God be with you, do the best you can, and hey, get out of my bathroom. You're invading my privacy.